Look at this face, she's literally clapping in the middle of a courtroom. In a minute you will see why is the craziest red flag ever. It's actually wild how much time and money people throw away on relationships that aren't even real. Today we're looking at 5 cases where trust didn't just break, it completely disappeared. And honestly, these stories are almost impossible to predict. Our first case is about the absolute limits of loyalty. Even with his messy history, this guy basically lives on the interstate just to stay in his daughter's life.
I drive 160 miles every other weekend just to pick up my daughter and drop her off.
That's 320 miles round trip just to spend a few days with his daughter. He pays child support, crosses state lines, and does everything he can to prove he's a real dad.
My daughter means the world to me. I want to be in her life as much as I possibly can.
But there is a massive plot twist. The mom is completely convinced he's not the biological father. She says that back in March 2011 he wasn't even in the same state, he was in LA. The messy part is that he actually cheated first during their relationship, and she claims that's exactly when she went to someone else. But despite all the drama, he kept acting like a father and believed this was his child the entire time. Okay, let's see the results.
Mr. Rasmussen, you are not the father.
She starts cheering so loudly that the court has to step in, and the judge is visibly disgusted. Using a child for revenge is bottom tier behavior, but the dad is not completely innocent either. Cheating is never the answer. If the relationship is not working, just leave. The second case starts with someone who already went through war. He served in the military and was deployed to Afghanistan. But when he finally came home, another battle was waiting for him.
While you were out of the country serving in the military, your wife paraded around town with other men. And she has admitted to cheating multiple times.
If someone already decided to cheat, why even stay in the relationship? And then the story gets even stranger.
You claim you are not sure if you are the father of her third child, 18-month-old Liliana.
For weeks he says he was basically living in hell while his base was under attack and communication were completely cut off. Meanwhile, back home his wife was working as a stripper. And the reason she gives is honestly wild.
There was reasons why I needed to. Let's just be real, it wasn't enough to support the kids, and on top of that...
She says the money situation pushed her into it, but honestly, $5,000 a month is enough to live pretty decently even with a kid. If you already have a kid, write in the comments, do you agree with that?
Mr. Thruckel, you are Liliana's father.
Despite everything, he still loved both his daughter and his wife, and he forgave the cheating. I don't want to sound pessimistic, but I've personally never seen a long-term happy marriage after something like this. And cheating on someone while they're deployed in the military, that's just double cringe. Okay, case number 3 is a story where distrust slowly built up over years, but their marriage already looks more like two strangers living in the same house.
We don't sleep in the same bedroom, we haven't slept in the same bedroom in years, we haven't had sex probably in about 7-8 months.
They don't even sleep in the same bed anymore. Now they have a newborn son who's only 4 months old, and the husband immediately says he isn't even sure the baby is his. And the craziest part, this is not the first DNA test in their marriage.
I did DNA test on my first two boys by her. We married, but every time while we're in a marriage, and every time you get pregnant, I gotta get a DNA test.
But then the story somehow gets even more absurd. While they're still legally married, the husband moves in with another woman and even gets engaged to her.
Anybody that he was engaged to this girl while he was still married.
So at this point, cheating is basically happening on both sides. And when the wife finds out she's pregnant, she doesn't call her husband.
The first person I told was the other guy.
Because she was convinced the baby belonged to her lover. So the husband spends 4 months not knowing if this child is his. But he still shows up to doctor appointments, support her, and tries to build a bond with the baby.
Mr. Thompson, you are not the father.
I can't let another child grow up without a father.
That moment was hard to watch. This is one of the situations where it's almost impossible to say what the right thing even is. But from the outside, it really feels like this marriage had already collapsed a long time ago. But the next case is completely different. And honestly, it might be the most chaotic one yet. Now we go to the legendary case with this guy.
Mr. Pickett, you claim that when your son turned 3, the defendant, your wife, admitted to you that you may not be his biological father.
To understand why these dots even appeared, you need to know one detail about his life.
I took an extended vacation, let's call it, right? And during that vacation, you know, we had separated. So
He openly admits he spent time in prison, which he jokingly calls an extended vacation.
So I asked my son, I said, who is that guy over there that be's at the house with your, I think that's my mom's boyfriend. I'm like, for real?
And that's actually how he found out another man had been coming to the house. But again, nobody in this story is innocent.
Are you still cheating with other women?
Yes.
There ain't no cheating. If you separated, there's no cheating.
At this point, it becomes obvious their relationship had already turned into complete chaos.
3 weeks before, Your Honor, I got back from my vacation. She was messing with this dude. I said, okay, I'm gone. Then my son is born 3 weeks early.
According to him, while he was in prison, she started seeing another man. And then the baby was born 3 weeks early, which obviously looked suspicious to him.
I love my wife. I love this woman. I
But
done
you
wrong.
don't
I
respect
really
her.
love her
But
though.
you
Like
don't
it's
respect
dudes
her.
that be like, I love you, I love you.
But then something happens that completely changed the tone of the story. He openly admits he made a lot of mistakes, and despite all the cheating, the drama and the chaos, he still says he loves her.
Mr. Pickett, you are his father.
Oh yeah. Well, I got some friends. Hold on. See, I'm straight.
I was honestly shocked by that moment. After everything, he's just happy the child is actually his son. But the next case might be even crazier, because only one small detail at the end flips the entire story. This couple shows up to court literally at the last possible moment.
I was out the door, Your Honor. I had everything packed in my truck. I was ready to go. This courtroom, calling her, has actually saved us as of right now.
The day the court called them, he was already back in his truck. He was about to leave and end the relationship for good. And the reason is very simple.
She had messed up and she had slept with the other dude, that this could possibly not be my child.
When she found out she was pregnant, her conscience kicked in. So she told him there was a chance the baby might not be his.
The conception date, and it was Easter, and she slept with him and me that Easter weekend.
During that same weekend, she slept with both husband and another man.
It was in between like April 16th through April 23rd.
Doctors explained the exact window when the baby could have been conceived.
On April 18th, Your Honor.
And she immediately admits that during that exact time she was with another man. 2 days later, she slept with her husband. But there's another detail that makes the story even worse.
She also cheated on me with him a year ago.
Because this wasn't the first time with that same guy,
Did my little investigation for a few hours after she went to bed on her phone, found a fake Facebook.
he didn't even find out from her. He went through her phone and discovered a fake Facebook account.
He's always had a GPS tracker on my phone.
She even claims he put a GPS tracker on her phone to see where she was going, but she's still completely convinced the baby is his.
The way that she'll throw a fit until her dad will look down at her and pick her up. That's not something a step-parent or anyone in the world can have. That's only a father and daughter relationship. That's their bond.
But let's hear what the judge says.
Mr. Abbott, you
Thanks for the first 10 subscribers. If you have any criticism or ideas, write them in the comments and help me to reach 100 followers.
Mr. Abbott, you are not her father.
And that's how the story ends. After all these cases, one thing becomes very clear. But you know, the only thing that actually matters in relationships is honesty from the start.